Hello, welcome back, travelers, to episode 91. It's a lot of episodes, like longer than a lot of TV shows. But good news is we're sort of on a cusp of a change in direction for the campaign. So this will be a very interesting episode on how things turn out. We last left off Lavende, our ranger druid from the Feywild, was taken by Zuchtboy, leaving his companions behind to the wrath of Yinogu. Although Yinogu has no interest in fighting them, has no interest in his companions for any other reason but toil and hard labor and suffering. So, tonight's game begins 2 weeks after the
We've been
abduction
here for 2 weeks.
of Lavende. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I wish I would have known that.
You're looking rough, man.
Alright.
Everyone
I'm gonna pretend that
who is here, including Chad's new character,
Spoiler.
put yourselves to exhaustion 4.
Yikes.
Even though he's still listed as Lavende on the overlay. I didn't think about that.
It's not Lavende.
So the overlay says Lavende, but it is not Lavende.
It's him in spirit.
We're at what? We're at
Exhaustion 4.
Yikes.
Would I be at exhaustion 4?
Yep.
Basically, we need to sleep for a while.
Over the last 2 weeks, you have spent your time toiling. You've spent your time pulling the massive fortress of Yinogu, shoulder to shoulder with thousands of other slaves. Bearing down is the bright red sun of this realm. Your skin is blistered and peeling. Your lips are dried and cracked. Even Jezebel, with your natural fire resistance, your body has begun to take a toll from the overwhelming heat and just the demonic influence of the realm itself. You have barely even been able to see each other long enough to say more than a word or a glance before the sound of a cackling gnoll and their flail lashes onto your back. And that's where we're going to begin. With the 4 of you poling the fortress shoulder to shoulder. The only thing you are wearing is rags. Your armor, your weapons, gone.
Where is my coat? I'm gonna lose my mind.
You don't know.
Do you not have the boots? Did he ever take those boots back?
No.
That poor guy.
So, with that being said, as we start the session here, is there anything you guys would like to do or have done within those 2 weeks that is small? Something
Define small.
small as in like you've been slowly doing something, or something that would be unnoticeable, or something that wouldn't have caused a conflict.
What is our cell? Do we want to go back to cells, or how does this work?
It's a great question. So you pull these fortresses all day, and then you stop at these enclaves where the fortress stops. Those 3 checkpoints. At this point, you guys basically live in what look like a good example of it would be the tent prison. I believe it was in Nevada or Arizona. It's basically a field of tents where you guys just get a tent and it's constantly watched by guards. And it's also gated off. You have a little semblance of privacy within this point, but the other captives are not exactly your allies either. You've seen cannibalism already. You've seen captives turn against each other in fits of slaughter and rage, hoping to catch the approval of a gnoll. This is very much like Mad Max injected with a huge dose of demon shit in probably the worst environment you could be in. This is a living nightmare.
Are we in chains?
Yes. Your hands are chained, your feet are chained. Gives you enough slack so you can take a step. And enough slack so you can hold onto a rope.
And I assume the shackles block magic.
Oh yeah, you can't cast shit.
Question. How did they take the boots off?
What do you mean?
How they took the boots off her without knowing the word?
As soon as the shackles are on, magic becomes innate. Whatever you're wearing just becomes an innate dormant
I think
object.
you have to know the phrase to put them on,
Yeah.
not to
Oh,
take
okay.
them off.
So we're all in our individual tents right now?
No, we're pulling.
Polling.
We're all
okay.
standing up.
That's why I was asking before we start off. Is there anything that you would have wanted to try and do?
Try my hand at during those 2 weeks. I would have tried my hand at trying to pick clocks.
With what?
Anything. What do they give us for food?
Probably crap.
So you're fairly certain that you have been
Definitely no
eating dead
utensils.
captives. The meat that you get is
Bones?
I was gonna say
no, like slop.
Yeah, I know. If it was bones, I'd be making a shank. You know what I'm saying?
And any bones that are in it are brittle and mashy because it's just boiled meat.
So right now he's saying, is there anything you want to do, but there's not anything you can do.
There's- No, I'm just saying.
I assume that I've been here longer than they have.
Yes.
So during the time that I've been there, I would have been keeping an eye out because I know that all we do is pull this thing
Yep.
constantly. I would have been looking for any kind of breaks or any kind of openings that maybe the gnolls kind of leave open because they're not exactly
Sure.
the best at keeping rank. You know what I
Go
mean?
ahead and give me an intelligence roll. I'll let you do 2 of them.
So that is 18 for the first one
Give me the second one.
and 16 for the second.
16. Both of those are very good rolls. Now, you are aware that while you're pulling the fortress, there's not a lot you could try to do. Every once in a while, you will see somebody try to just run. Like, they'll drop their rope, and they'll just run. And at this point, the gnolls will play a game where they will sit back and throw javelins, one at a time, taking their turns, until eventually they get the runaway. No one has ever escaped. You have not seen anyone escape. You would assume you've been here for probably about a month then.
And last thing I want to ask, slave to Knoll, how is there more Knolls or is there more slaves?
Gnolls. There's a lot more gnolls.
Okay. All right, then that's all I got to ask.
I like to roll to understand the routine.
So what he just did, where you're trying to look for any like patterns?
I think he's looking at more of a militaristic. kind of-
Okay. So go ahead and give me an intelligence roll in, or wisdom, whichever one is higher for you.
I'm missing my D20.
Do you want to use one? Just for now.
I don't like rolling these ones. Where the fuck am I going? All right. Intelligence. Oh, there it is. Thank you, sir. 19.
19. They don't really have a routine. There's so many gnolls that it's not strategic in any form. You don't see any like routine walks or checks. It's just they just use sheer force and numbers to overwhelm anything that comes in their way.
All right, another roll. Do they speak in any sort of common, or is it just...
Yeah, they'll speak common at you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. They speak their own language. They speak Abyssal to each other.
Is there a
But if
way-
they're speaking to you or barking orders at you, you'll hear a raspy, growly common come out of their throat.
Is there a way I can figure out when they say certain phrases in their tongue that I could kind of point out?
So
what
if
something
this was
might
old
mean?
school D&D, there'd be a linguistics check here, but that's going to be very difficult. What is your intelligence score?
Where's my intelligence? 0.
You can give me a intelligence roll with disadvantage +1, which means you roll 3 d20s and you take the worst one.
Wow.
One of them was a 20.
God damn it. It's a 7.
7?
Yeah.
It's very hard to mimic it's just barks and growls.
It's like trying to figure out what a cat is.
Yeah, it's like trying to figure out how a dog is barking
But
to
like-
another dog.
But I mean, like anything, like how aggressive they sound, their body language, like to understand.
You can tell that they're always mad. They don't seem to be happy ever. They always seem to be on the
I mean,
verge
they're
of...
covered in fur and 1,000-degree weather, man. That would fucking blow.
You can definitely tell that these... the one thing you are able to pick up then is there is no sense of camaraderie. They're very much... if they could kill their comrade to get more food,
I get
to
it.
appear stronger, they'll do it.
So they're just fodder in a pack that's just doing their job.
Yep.
Shit.
Well, that could work in our favor.
I think that's all I can
Work
think
in my
of to do
favor.
right now. What about you, Jez?
Okay. And you also got to remember that Barry is here as well.
Oh shit.
And you have seen Barry a whole grand total of twice.
How is he?
About doing as well as you guys. All of you have significantly lost a good portion of weight. In fact, Fallner is one of the most drastically changed individuals. Without his belt, he almost has no muscles.
Yikes.
He is skin and bones at this point. But because of his increased height, he looks almost creepy, kind of unnerving, like a weird gremlin skeleton thing.
I need art of that.
I need art of the weird. Okay, but yes, all of you have very sunken features. You're very gaunt, dehydrated, sunburnt.
Lips are chapped to shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're drinking our own pee. Just like Ravadon
You took
told
it
us.
further than it needed to go.
What the fuck did you just say?
Ravadon taught you all how to drink your own pee.
Yeah.
Sure did.
And one roll.
We should have listened to his
Cool.
words.
Oh, and let me just pull up the map here real quick. Make sure that you guys are in the correct location.
Alright, I almost forgot to take off my
If I am...
My AC should be that high right now.
Let's see here. There we go. Perfect. So,
How's your color?
you know that you guys were basically taken in at Vujak Sesko. You basically have gone past Vujak Rislin, and you ended up stopping at the Gathering Gate. The Gathering Gate is the point where it looks like it's like a massive, disgusting bazaar. It is a market, kinda, where they bring in captives and slaves from the material plane, and this is where they basically trade them off for items or things that they can retrieve from Yinogu. During this point, you guys actually were basically put up for auction, but no one in the group was taken. Can I go ahead and get a perception check from everyone here?
29.
29. 4.
18.
Remember, do this with your exhaustions fulfillments.
What's that do again?
It should tell you. I believe you are at disadvantage with like everything right now.
Where does it tell you that?
Yeah, it doesn't say.
No. Sorry.
Let's see.
It has a drop down.
Disadvantage on ability checks. Speed is half. Disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws, and hit point maximum half.
Does it say anything about perception? What is perception?
It'd be a saving throw, right?
Yeah, so it's an ability. So
So
you
a
have to
disadvantage.
roll with
Or on
disadvantage on
ability
it.
checks, yeah.
That'll still be 29.
Yeah,
Roll
roll
18 for both of them.
16.
Okay,
Mine's still 4.
you're still 4. And then what'd you guys get?
18.
I got 29.
29 still. And you said 16. Okay, so Legic, and your new character's name, I believe, is
Julian.
Julian, right?
Yes.
Okay, Legic, Julian, and Jez. You went with another J name,
Mhm.
and you decided to instead of double L's now, it's gonna be double J's.
Mm-hmm.
Julian, this is where you came in. This is where you came in. The Gathering Gate, you recognized it.
Yeah.
You never got put up for sale, but when you all kind of get lined up into that situation, you realize that the people that are buying these slaves are not other demons. These are like people from the material plane. They look to be extremely wealthy nobles. And some of them appear to be either A, hiding or obscuring their identity with either cloaks or hoods or spells. And then others appear to be from possibly distant nations or continents that you've just never seen or heard. Like some of their outfits you don't even recognize. Legic, same thing for you. And Jez, same thing for you. The only thing you get more than what they understood, Julian, is you were able to tell that one of these individuals that was there for a purchase appeared to be someone from Old Bela. It's all you were able to recognize. So, after the Gathering Gate, you guys went to Vujak Kesk. And you just left Vujak Kesk last night, or this last morning. So you were in the process of pulling the fortress from Vujak Kesk all the way back up to Vujak Sesko, where you guys were abducted. So it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to do a full circle. And you guys are going to be about halfway to the destination. What would you guys like to do?
As we're pulling, is there a knoll next to me?
The gnolls are usually riding what appear to be these giant, like, four-legged beasts. That or they ride on the fortress itself. There's a few foot soldiers that sort of walk on the ground, but the ones that are walking are typically usually the most lowest ranked. But as far as up near you guys, they're kind of more on the outside to keep an eye on anyone who tries to like break and run.
Okay.
And when I mean there's thousands of you guys pulling this, there's thousands of you guys. It's like basically being in a concert mosh pit, but you're pulling something. It is the body heat alone on top of the environment. It's like hard to breathe. It's probably even worse for Fulner because he's shorter than a lot of the people around him.
Is there a way I can make friends?
You want to make a friend?
Kinda. More of a survival way.
Are we not good enough for you?
Well, if I don't see you guys, I'm trying to... I don't know if we're actually together.
You can assume that they're in this crowd. But that'd be like being in a concert with three of your friends, or sorry, three, because Barry, three of your friends. Trying to find them is going to be like finding a needle in a haystack.
Throughout that time, I went to befriend people I've seen multiple times, just to get on that good side.
How are you doing this?
Small talk. How you been? Are you doing all right? This place is shit, isn't it? You know, just random spurts of commentary.
Okay.
Try to get to know them a little bit. Not
Why don't-
actually talk about their personal
Why
life,
don't you go ahead and give me 3 charisma checks?
but it's more of a comfort thing. Just talking to somebody while they're 3 charisma checks.
So forgive me. So we have not seen each other at all.
You guys have seen each other in passing, but not long enough to like communicate.
We're not allowed to talk at all.
If there's a knoll around you and they see you talking, yeah, they are going to pop off on you.
Unless we're in the crowd.
So I guess if it's okay then, I would, when we ever sleep at night, I would be trying to find people like us and like communicate a little bit.
Okay, yeah, so that could have been something you could have done in the 2-week time period.
Yeah.
Sure. You can go ahead and give me. Because basically what he's doing is also the same thing. That's something he would have been doing over the 2-week period. So why don't you go ahead and give me.
I would, if I'm also helping other people then, like he is too, trying to befriend like some other
Just want a lot of people to notice that
other
I'm a
slaves.
good
Basically,
person.
I would like, people falling down, I would help them up.
Strategically, if there's a point to where I need help, I want to make sure people trust me.
Making
Yeah.
sure people.
Out of your 3, what was the highest?
15, 16, and then 19.
And those are
Or
all with
20.
disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage?
Every single roll you have will have disadvantage.
Do it again. 1, 12, 19. Yeah.
So the first one for me would have been 22.
For perception.
Oh, I'm sorry, perception.
Yeah.
Sorry, then it would have been 14.
Give me 3. It's all 3 at disadvantage.
6. And then 8.
6 and 8.
I keep forgetting the disadvantage part.
Okay. So, throughout your 2 weeks of looking, whenever you guys get to a camp and you go around at night looking, you were unable to find any of them. So every time you went looking, you weren't able to find them. Something either A, you'd run into guards, you'd have to hide, or B, even worse, some of the other captives that were there would be roaming at night looking to either kill someone or perform other nefarious activities. So, with that being said, time will roll forward. Days pass. As you pull this fortress, you watch as countless people drop from exhaustion and fatigue. Some people just slip and are trampled to death, then to be crushed by the massive wheat-grinding wheels of the fortress.
Do they have any, like, do they dismember and shit? Like, does their bones break? Does it stick out of their skin when this happens?
You wouldn't see it. You would just probably
Hear it?
hear screams, and then that'd be it.
So I'm thinking like a person who doesn't really have a lot of morals right now and is very into survival. So if I saw his bones sticking out from dying, I would take it.
Okay. You wouldn't have an opportunity to see that, though.
Okay.
Or do that. You'd be pulling the entire time.
Yeah. However, up ahead in the distance, through the rays of heat, you see the fortress of Vujaksesko. And there is a slight moment of relief because you know that the raw skin on your feet and the horrific, prickly, barren wasteland of a soil, you will have some slight retrieve from it. As the fortress is pulled, the camps are open. The tents lie empty. And just like you guys have done this now 3 times, you are essentially, they kind of open up the canal or the pen, and they just let you guys flood in yourselves. So there's no rhyme or order into who takes what tent or whatever. There's no ranking system on who gets. It's just take one.
I am going to try to find them. Like walk slower than most and just try to point one of them out.
Okay. People shove and push, just trying to get to a tent so they can get out of the sun. Just so they can sit down and prepare for the slop and the food and the little bit of water that will be provided. Now, see,
As we're flooding in, I know I keep asking things like this. As we're flooding in, are there knolls kind of like lined up along the sides?
yeah, so at this point, a lot of them kind of either are standing on the gates or the pen surrounding the tent area. But then, of course, there's also ones that are like forcing traffic to move quickly.
So if I were to shove someone into one of these knolls to cause a distraction, could I do that?
Just shove a knoll into the shove a captive into the knoll.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
because if I want to play this out to make sure that you understand what I'm trying to do. If I push this person into the knoll and the knoll pays attention to this person, if they have any loose kind of maybe a dagger or something like that, something small that I can hide in the rags that I have.
And the knoll?
Yeah,
On the knoll?
Yeah, on the knoll, and use that as a distraction.
That'd be very difficult to do.
That is dangerous.
That'd be very difficult to do.
Yeah.
Especially with disadvantage.
Well, I don't have disadvantage.
Oh, you don't?
No. I mean, I do, but it just makes it a normal roll for me.
So what do you want to do?
Because I don't really care a lot about the other people that are here.
Push up. Let's see what happens.
I hope it's one of us.
Not like that. It's just like,
No, I know what you mean, but just from
okay, I'll just let it play out then. We'll just keep going.
You have
it's a thought.
The
that
thought runs through your mind, and you
Yeah.
think, I could do this, I could try this, but then you've also seen people try this.
Yeah.
You have seen people try to cause a fight or cause a disturbance, and it did not go well for them.
Mm-hmm.
They're quickly surrounded like a pack of hyenas and are torn to pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and usually eaten right there. However, you all find your way to your tents or to a tent you choose of your choice. How aggressive you decided to go for one will basically decide on how far you had to go into the tent. Let's call it tent land. Now, you arrived at basically dusk. You know that there'll be a few hours before nightfall, and the cold winds will sweep in and rip at your tent, and you'll hear the howling screams coming from the mountains. And tomorrow you will have to set out and start again. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I've been here for a little bit. I understand at least some of the dangers that come along with being in this realm, I would imagine. Right? Outside of just what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
I don't imagine them cleaning up these camps very much. I'm assuming creatures die here can I just kind of roam around the camp and try to find anything worth picking up, anything that I could just collect that would be helpful in any way, or anything that would be out of the ordinary, maybe? Because what I'm trying to do is just try to, in the event that we have to prepare for something, I want to be prepared myself.
So, this place is harsh, and you are right. There are animals that die and are left to just rot and decay. However, there are so many captives and there are so many people here. That is not a thought that does not go into every single person's mind of, if I just get a bone, I can picklock this, or if I can just get this, I can use it as a weapon. Usually carcasses are devoured by captives. I mean, raw hide, bones, people breaking their teeth just to get to bone marrow. It's awful.
Then how about this? As I'm walking through, people talk. There's enough people here for people to talk.
Yeah, the people are talking.
So could I as I'm just walking around kind of nonchalantly, keep an ear out for anybody who may mention having gotten something that could be a potential use as I'm walking around, and then keep track of that person?
What are you listening for? I'm sorry.
Just this, like, if anybody's talking about, like, maybe they had found something or picked up something.
Okay.
I'm not going to confront them, but I want to be able to, if somebody's said something.
Go ahead and give me a survival roll then.
This might not be good. Oh, 6. Probably nothing then.
If someone does have something, you didn't hear anything about it.
I'm going to talk to myself and say, hey, I got something. And that's it. I don't know what to do. Unless I didn't find them.
Food is basically brought out and dumped into troughs around the gates. Captives basically go up and fight for what their scraps are. So I'm going to need every single person here to give me a strength saving throw.
Yeah, no, I didn't get it.
I got a 14.
I got a 2.
Or 15.
6.
I didn't bother rolling disadvantage because I ain't getting any lower than that unless I get a 1.
Something good. Goddamn! Fucking 20 and 19.
I need to take away my strength modifier so I can get the actual score.
Just take off the belt, right?
Yeah, I could probably just do
Yeah, that's why I have my stuff.
Luckily for me, I didn't have any items to unequipped.
that. Oh, how does my eye work right now?
So, ever since you've had the cuffs on, you've been blind in that eye.
Okay. But I can still feel it there.
Yeah.
Right on.
Does it create like a field of negation, or is it whatever it touches?
You're not sure how it works.
So, unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Yes.
So, this is what happens. You watch as... and you got 6?
15.
I got 2.
Okay. Watch as Jez moves in to get food. As she does, she's quickly surrounded and swarmed by multiple captives. And as Jez goes to fight them off, she's quickly outnumbered, like 9 of them. The commotion causes a bunch of people to kind of break away. People see a fight starting to break out over the food. And as Jez is about ready to get surrounded, Falner uses his chains and comes up behind someone and actually jumps up, gets his chain around one of the individual's throats, and just starts strangling them. This causes enough yelling and screaming that Legic, you can hear Faulkner screaming out of various amounts of cuss words and insults. It draws you over to it, and then you then help in this fight as well. Eventually, the fight subsides, and they basically retreat and flee. Julian, this is the first time you've seen what looks to be 3 other individuals who are working somewhat together. And as soon as the fight gets done, you 3 see each other, and this is the first time you've been able to basically converse for any amount of time.
Did she get knocked out?
No. Okay. She was basically evading like 9 attackers, and then you guys jumped in to help out.
Jazz. Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
Hey, Fauna.
Boy, get some food while you still can.
Food. Yeah. I want to grab some, if I can.
I grab some food.
If we can. Can we?
Just gotta go up and grab it.
I'm sure it's just like guap.
Yeah, it's just slop that you go up with like a, basically like a metal tin plate. You just grab it and scoop it up.
Yeah, Jess. Let's go find a tent.
After they leave, I'm gonna go up and grab myself some food.
Okay. 3 of you, I'm assuming, are gonna go find a tent then?
Yeah.
To eat our food.
Yeah. What is this food again?
You don't know.
I have a depiction of what it looks like, and it's just like...
You've seen body parts in it. Like,
Right now, it is a 4-star meal.
Like that bile enemy in Elden Ring. Kind of like that. Worse? Because it looks like just bones and meat and it's just...
it doesn't look appealing. It doesn't taste appealing.
It just
but
looks like a
it's keeping
decomposed
you
pile of
alive.
shit. Gotcha.
The 3 of you
The thought of it.
find a tent. So you guys squeeze inside. The sun falls. And you can hear whispers. After the fight kind of stopped, there was quite a few captives that began to converse amongst themselves, whispering. Paranoia is very strong. And a lot of these individuals will attack out of pure fear. The 3 of you were able to fend off 9 people by yourselves. That's a scary thing to these individuals.
Oh, we all noticed that?
Yeah, you guys did notice that. The event that just happened definitely put a target on you.
Can't keep eating this.
We gotta stick together.
After what just happened,
That's what we've been doing.
There's gotta be some way to get out of here.
At that moment, I'm gonna walk up,
So
eating my food.
So, a random, another captive, enters your tent.
Boy, you want a licking too?
First of all, there ain't no way out of here. Just so you know. And I'm just giving you some friendly advice, friend. What you all 3 did out there, everybody else is gonna be coming for you. I've seen it. I've been here for a while, actually. Just so you know. How long has it been? Like a month, maybe. It's hard to tell here. And I've actually gotten kind of used to the food. You know. You should too. All of you. Just saying. Watch your backs. That's it. Then I'm just gonna walk off.
So that definitely probably came off as a threat. 3 of you can now discuss and converse.
It seemed like a threat to me, and I don't know about you guys, but cannibalism is looking pretty good right now.
Well, that'll be more meat.
Fresh meat.
He's got the hunger.
Instead of this shit.
Gonna turn into
He didn't say his name.
Normally you don't name your food, so it's fine.
Oh, you want to eat him?
It's
He
on
pissed
the
you off that
table.
much, he wants to eat you.
Huh?
He pissed you off that much, you want to eat him.
I'm saying it sounded like a threat.
You know, that would set a new precedent. If anyone comes and fucks with us, we'll just eat them.
He did
Oh
say
my
he's
goodness.
getting used to the food, so he's probably pretty nutritious. If he ate enough of it. He looked full.
He's been here a while. He might be ready to go.
Why are we finding entertainment out of this? Is this how deprived we are?
Listen, here's my plan. If we don't figure out how to get out of here in the next few days, I'm just gonna,
Jesus.
I can't do this anymore.
I'm gonna say that guy knew what he was talking
It's just over it, huh?
I haven't had a drop of alcohol in weeks.
Me either.
Alcohol.
I haven't had a single
I
drug.
just didn't think about the.
Yikes.
Withdrawals.
Yeah.
They're bad. They're awful.
The
Night
shakes?
sweats. Ever had them?
The shakes.
Yeah, I haven't had a single bit of drug for a while.
Single bit of drug.
Drugs. Any drugs?
Maybe we should go find him. Talk to him.
Talk to him.
Talk to him.
Oh yeah, talk to him.
I mean it.
I'll get the file ready.
He seems like he knows what he's
But
talking
here's the
about.
thing. I don't know about you guys. My hands are pretty frail. You know, I'm not very good at strangling the life out of someone. So I've tried before. It didn't go well.
Jeez.
So one of you are gonna have to do that. And I
Let's
can
just
handle
talk to the man. We're not trying to eat him.
Well, then why are we following him?
Because he's been here longer. He knows his shit. Did you see how well he talked to us? It's like a fucking 5-star hotel
It
here.
sounded like he was just bluffing to me.
I don't know.
All right, you guys talk to him. I'll follow behind. And if it
Anything's
gets
better than sitting
if
out
it gets
out
rowdy,
Just hit him in
Strangle
the head.
him.
Hit him in the head.
we drag his body back into the tent and then we.
I'll get the file ready and we
Oh, we can't. I don't
cook
think.
ourselves up a.
It's probably gonna have to be raw, honestly. If they see fire going.
Yeah, I finished my food. You done?
Oh yeah, I'm done.
We're gonna try to find him.
Okay. Julian, where'd you go?
All I do is just walk around. It's kind of listening. That's all I'm trying to do is listen. Gathering information, as you will.
Say for the sake of time, then it doesn't take you guys very long then to find him since he's walking around. Most other people try to stay to themselves or away from people. There are a small pack of captives that have tried to form a it's more of a gang than anything else, but they essentially are they try to gang up on people that are isolated and eat them, essentially.
Someone's taking our idea.
You guys are basically doing what another gang has already done, yes.
Wow, congratulations.
So, you guys see this unknown individual wandering around at night who appears to just be going for a stroll through the tents.
All right, remember, just real quick.
There he is. A walking dinner.
Do we reach up to him?
You see him. If you want to approach him, you can.
Hey. What's your name?
There's a lot of people here. I don't know if you're talking to me.
They approached you and
Oh, they're
yeah.
like,
Yeah, they walked up to you.
here I don't have a name.
Sure you don't. What's your name?
Don't have one.
Mystery guy.
Yonobu slave number
Something.
1689. I made that number up.
No, that's a real number.
What?
I'm gonna call you funny guy. So.
Are you sure I'm the funny guy or is he the funny guy?
He's always like that. But for someone who's been here longer, way longer than us, you seem quite adept to this. It's weird.
Adapt or die, my friend. Simple as that.
Let's talk. Look, I know the look on that face. Don't worry, we're not gonna eat you. At least I'm not.
You know how many times I've heard that? A lot.
Well, I still said that.
You know how many times I've seen that?
Mm.
Even more.
Like those individuals over there? Do I see the gang?
No, they're not currently around you.
Okay. Let's just talk. You don't trust me? That's fine.
Friend, it's not a matter of trust. It's the target that you guys put on your back. Like I said, I don't want to be a part of that. That isn't my thing. Why are you shaking your head? Who are you shaking your head at?
Oh,
You good?
I was just thinking of
You
a
know,
funny joke.
I've noticed you sound like you have a lot of energy, a lot of nutrients, a lot of vigor.
Where are you sleeping at tonight? Where do you sleep tonight?
Not anywhere near you.
Why not?
And I have a lot of energy, or at least I pretend to, because the weaker I look, the quicker I'm going to be eaten.
It could be quite the opposite, you never know.
Hey, man.
Someone might just be thinking, hey, he looks like he might have a lot of, nutrients.
Is
if
that
I
what you're
ate
thinking
him."
right now?
I'm saying
Have
that's...
you ever?
He asked me where I'm sleeping at night, and you just walked up to me and asked me if I was full of nutrients.
Not gonna lie, she's not wrong. Tastier people look better when they're healthy.
Have you ever ate anyone here in the time that you've been here?
Just making small talk.
Do you know what they put in the food?
So you have. Would you help us acquire?
I am not hearing anything. I'm gonna plug my ears and I'm walking off.
All right. There's your opportunity. He's turned around.
Just fucking
Just
grab
use
it.
it.
Do we
grab
just
him.
grab him and start
Just
eating him?
grab
right?
him.
Just grab
No, we
him.
can't eat him out here. We have to take him at the tent first. We eat him at
So
the tent.
I can hear them saying this.
I'm grabbing him.
So as soon as he goes to grab me, I'm taking that plate that I still have and I'm swinging back and hitting him in the face.
I will lunge and try to bite his arm.
Roll a hit.
Wait a minute. They give us metal plates.
Yeah.
You guys just left it. So
They
what?
give us metal plates? What,
Yeah.
are they fucking stupid?
Well, it's still be in our tents, so.
What are you gonna do with a metal plate, homie?
What do you mean? You get another metal plate? You grind it enough, you could sharpen the damn thing.
Yeah.
Ah. I didn't think it was
I'm
gonna
sure
be a
there's
metal plate.
rocks around here, right? You can just.
But the more important thing is we're eating Chad.
Okay.
So
You're
Chad,
eating him now.
roll
right
to
now.
hit. Roll to hit. Legic.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Yeah.
What would that?
Yeah.
What would I add for that? As a, oh my god, what is it called? Where you use an object to attack, like a
Improvised
improvised
weapon.
Yeah.
improvised weapon. What would I add for that?
So it's basically going to be I think I'm not sure if that's 5e has a I don't know, does 5e have a feat for that or if that was 3.5. I
I'm not
can't
sure.
remember
I've never seen it,
But-
but I knew that it was a thing at some point.
because I don't want to just look it up right now.
Mhm.
We're just going to go ahead and say just count it as an unarmed attack.
Okay. That is 16 to hit.
Yes.
So-
Okay, so go ahead and roll a d4.
3.
Take 3 points of damage. You roll to hit him.
Oh,
And with him, I'm using Uncanny Dodge.
Okay.
is this also an unarmed attack?
Yeah, you're trying to bite him.
Oh no. Does 9 hit your AC?
Okay, then I don't have to use it. Uncanny
Okay,
Dodge.
so as the ravenous badger dog man tries to eat your arm, you basically turn, smack Legic in the head with the plate. Boom! He goes to hit, and then you turn to just see this zombie lunge towards you, which you were able to just jump out of the way, and he falls just belly down. Boom! Plume of dirt rises up before you hear the sound of a cackling gnoll basically walk around one of the tents. As it does, it looks towards the group of you kind of all standing together. And normally in this type of situation, the gnoll would probably egg this on and watch you guys fight to the death and take pleasure in the slaughter. But it looks like this gnoll is particularly looking for people for a reason, until it points its long, furry, black-clawed finger towards the group. The four of you, with me!
I pass out.
What?
I'm gonna pretend to pass out.
Oh, okay.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
I guess we're eating logic.
Give me a deception check.
I was kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
I was like, he's gonna die.
Every single person in this camp would see it like, get him food.
Okay.
What did I do? I didn't do anything.
You actually speak back?
Oh shit. Yes.
Say something back.
You
Say
can bark more. You're not barking enough.
Do you actually say that?
Say something cheap.
No, I don't.
You know
Okay.
you wouldn't.
I want to.
You know your
But
character wouldn't actually say it.
My character wouldn't.
He'd be like,
The way that he's been playing, he wouldn't have said that.
So,
he'd be thinking it.
Yeah.
He'd be like, fuck.
So I'm gonna like drop the plate onto him and then walk off. Just be like,
he brings his arm up, he points past him down the lane. Do you guys go?
Can I grab the plate?
Do you want to grab the plate?
Yes.
Okay. You, after getting hit in the face with the plate, go and walk. You bend over and pick it up in front of the knoll.
I pretend to trip.
Give me a deception check. It's like you guys have never had to play a super stealth entry.
Wait, I got cloth. Ah, shit, slip. I got a 6.
You get a 6? So you kind of fall, and as you do, you see Legit kind of like bring his arms and pull the plate into his like stomach. And as you kind of get up, the plate's gone. And as you do, you watch as the gnoll wakes his way over towards you, just towers over you, brings his hand up, and is going to take all of his force with his left arm, and he's just going to shove you back down to the ground. So,
I just imagine Legit going.
What's the terrain here?
think like Badlands, very dry, barren,
Desert.
desert. Yeah.
Is it sandy?
It's not sandy, it's like Badlands.
Oh.
Like,
That's sandy.
okay, it's like where Scar lived. Very like rocky and cracked earth and dry, desolate, boneyard.
What exactly are you looking
I've
for?
never seen The Lion King.
She's true. She's never, not once.
Just so you
I'm
know.
having a hard time picturing this.
Just so you know, Scar's the bad guy in the movie.
Yeah, just so you know.
That's not what I've heard from a really good PowerPoint presentation.
So does a 18 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to hurt. Remember, you're at half hit points.
Is it supposed to do that automatically?
Yes. No, it doesn't do that.
You're going to be capped at half your hit points. Go ahead and take 8 points of damage. As you hit the ground, you watch as the gnoll moves over towards you. What are you playing, games?
Do I look up at him? Can I look up at him?
Yeah. You're not dead.
Just gonna get up.
Oh, as you go to get up, he's gonna bring his foot. He's gonna kick you back down. That's gonna be a 16.
Yes.
Maybe now would be a good time to see if there's any weapons to steal off of him. while he's
Take
occupied.
12 points of damage as he brings his foot and just crushes down on you, and he doesn't relieve his weight.
While this is going on, I want to scan him. Does he have anything on him?
Give me a perception check.
I'll take a look too.
11.
Okay.
There we go. Just trying to fix my
12.
You guys both see that he has a like a bone shiv blade in his waist belt. That seems to be the only thing
I
visible.
want to try to yoink that with my tail.
He does have pouches and stuff. You want to yoink it with your tail? Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand.
I think that's a sleight of tail.
That's gonna be 19.
And because he's currently causing pain and damage to Legic, he is going to roll out a disadvantage. So, Jez, you bring your tail up and you pull that dagger with your tail. Your tail kind of curls up and hides the blade within the rags. As that happens, you see the gnoll looking down towards Legic. Drop the plate! He moves his foot and kind of kicks dirt up into your face. Now move!
start moving.
You guys follow? As you guys follow, you are brought out to the courtyard of Vujak Sesko. And as you do, you can see, but even before you get to the courtyard, the sound of cackling and gnolls just fills the air. It's absolutely, it's almost like an amphitheater-like effect. And as you approach, you can see that the gnoll moves to the front, starts clearing gnolls out of the way, bringing you all forward. As you make your way into the entrance, you can see this massive, hulking, black-plated individual that you guys recognize as Ravadon, with arrows stuck all throughout his armor. You can see trails of blood dripping out of the cracks and breaks in the armor. You can see he's turning and spitting and fighting back gnolls as they kind of are just moving in and taking pecks at him one by one. And eventually one moves in and you can see it get a real good shot between the armor of his knee and his thigh. You watch as this spear punctures through his leg. You see him and just hit the ground. And as they do, you can see the gnoll that led you there. Take his armor and weapons! You watch as they begin to peel back his armor, taking away all of his equipment. Within moments, he's stripped down. No equipment, no armor, no clothing. You can see that they take all the gear and they kind of start to go through it, ripping through it, seeing what they can find out of it, stealing any valuables, any sort of gems or gold they can get their hands on. And then as they take all the weapons, they load them into what appears to be these large, almost like metal branded barrels. You see the gnoll looks over towards your group. Pick him up! Take him to the treasure room.
I'll go ahead and go to pick him up.
It's probably trash.
You watch as they immediately put Ravadon in chains. You see as you're picking these up and moving, they actually pull him up onto what looks like a wooden, like crucify type stand, where they basically leave him hanging there with his arms basically branded to each side of these poles that are upright in the ground. As you leave, you can hear the sounds of the flails and whips lashing against his flesh as you are guided into the actual mobile fortress. You have not been inside the mobile fortress except for the portion when you guys were held captive by Inogu within the throne room. You, however, Julian, have not been in this fortress yet. Entering in it is like a walk through a death trap. The halls and corridors of this massive fortress are designed to cause as much pain and as much agony to siege or move through. At a moment's notice, it looks like large spiked barricades can be placed within the halls to prevent movement. The halls themselves are not decorated like a castle. It is not decorated like a home or a keep. It is cages filled with rotting and decayed bodies, severed limbs and heads on spikes and poles all throughout it. The smell is awful. It is awful. There is nothing pleasing about what you are doing. Eventually, the knoll leads you to this massive portcullis that walks into this room, and inside you can see the hordes of loot. We're talking armor and weapons and gear from countless captives, and you can only assume that your items are in here as well. Give me a perception check.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
13.
I got 13.
11.
Was it?
11.
11?
13.
So, Legic, you don't see your gear, but you see Jez's jacket.
And I feel
And
my
Julian,
jacket.
you see your gear as well.
Is Jez next to me?
You guys are all carrying the stuff in.
Jez.
What?
Shut up! You see his eyes glance over towards a particular portion of the room, and as your eyes do, you immediately see your jacket. Kind of just shoved into a barrel with a bunch of other gear.
I think that scene's always sunny. It's always sunny when Charlie and Mac are just staring at each other from across the restaurant.
Oh no.
After you guys drop the gear off in here, move! They point you out of the room.
Is he the only knoll there?
No.
Ah, damn.
No.
I was just, I had to ask.
He's the one leading you there, but there's gnolls. You saw countless gnolls all throughout this fortress.
In the room, though, that we're in.
In the room? No. It appears that as soon as you guys entered, well, before you even entered, it was gated. They dropped the portcullis gate, and then you guys walked in, dropped it. Now that you guys have dropped it, get the fuck out. As soon as you guys get out, the portcullis gate goes back up. And you can even see that the gate itself is pretty quick on the go up. In fact, on the gate itself, there appears to be a long, rotted skeleton that it looks like it tried to get in, but didn't beat the gate in time.
Oh, it's one of those gates that come from the bottom.
Yes.
How they open and close it was like a lever situation?
So there was a wheel on the left that as you approached, you watched as a gnoll cranked the wheel to the left, and it wraps this chain. And you watch as these two heavy chains pull the portcullis basically back down into the ground. And then the moment you come out, you see them basically just hit the safety latch on the chains, and you watch as they spin and the gate just shoots back up. So as you guys exit, those gates shoot back up, and you're escorted out of the fortress. As you leave out of the fortress back into the courtyard of Vujak Sesko, you can see Ramadan basically being antagonized and tortured by these gnolls before you're led back to the tents. Did you guys get into the tents?
Are we all in one tent?
You guys all got
Did-
brought
did our
back
dinner run away?
you guys all got brought back to Tent Land. It's up to you on whether or not you guys want to communicate. As the Knoll got you guys to the Tent Land, he's
So Daddy just dropped us off, and now we
yeah,
have to walk the
basically
rest of the way.
right, exactly.
Alright.
Did you see what I saw?
My jacket?
Your jacket.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm gonna fucking get it back.
I
I want to get it back tonight.
assume the rest of our things are in that room too.
I would imagine so. We need to go back to the tent, and we need to talk.
Have fun with getting killed. Because that's all it's gonna be waiting for you.
Oh, you're such a pessimist. Do you know who we are?
Do you know if you
Do
think
you have any
care.
idea who we are? Who I am?
Who you were outside of here does not matter.
Listen,
Oh,
And you need to come to terms with that
You're gonna be
quickly.
feeling
gonna tell
real
you
silly when we get out of
something
here and
here,
you're
funny
alone.
if we die, it's more of a merciful death. I'd rather die in this place than do nothing.
Okay, my plan was to just die, but now that I know where my stuff is, and I have a little surprise also for you all.
Oh, yeah.
I no longer would like to die. I would like to leave tonight with my stuff.
I think they picked us out because we were strong enough to pick up their equipment. We're a bit rowdy. I think that's why they picked us. Just to pick up their shit.
To the tent.
I'm walking off.
Dinner, come with us.
No,
Come here, turkey. This way.
I'm going the opposite way.
Oh.
You gotta take a chance, man.
Are you planning to stay in here for the rest of your life?
I'm not around you. I walked off.
Well,
Do I
if we
see
get
where
our
he goes? I'm going to follow him from the shadows. I want to see what tent he goes to.
Oh god. Go ahead, give me
From the shadows.
a stealth check. You give me a perception check.
26.
10. How
You're
far
being-
do I follow him?
You're being followed immediately. You notice that the tiefling is following you.
I'm tiptoeing.
I'm gonna.
But all yours.
That's all. It rings out throughout the entire camp.
I was like, I could hear you.
I'm gonna stop. You know I can hear you, right?
I was hoping you would.
And I'm gonna turn around. Why are you following me? Why are you trying to get me wrapped up in your shit? You've been here for 2 weeks. I've seen the three of you walking around.
While he's talking, I'm looking around. Is there anyone else around?
Not that you can see.
Listen. We need an extra person to help us pull off a little something something. And I may or may not have a little something something to ensure that we are able to pull off the something something.
Whatever it is you have is not gonna stop thousands of gnolls from attacking you all at once.
Can I appear from a different side?
What do you mean by that?
Just, I'll appear behind him while we're
What?
Give me a stealth check.
Well, no, I'm not gonna be stealthy about it, but just
Well, then you're not appearing behind anyone.
Like the fucking dude from To Catch a Predator. Would you like a cookie?
You're gonna Chris Hansen out of behind a tent.
I just want to come out of nowhere and be like, enjoying the conversation.
But you are somewhere.
You know what I'm saying?
Just do it.
Okay, you hear him approaching.
What the fuck is this?
And that's something could be something great.
Okay, now I want to appear from behind another tent from the opposite direction.
You hear the other one coming
And you
up too.
say?
Boy.
On brand.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Wait, think you're going.
So are we gonna eat him?
I think Folder's still confused that you guys are eating him.
What are we doing?
I've already had you try and attack me once today.
We just want to talk.
For real. Literally.
Is that a dent in your head causing you some...
We don't talk about the dent in his head. It's
I'm
very-
talking about it right now.
It's more noticeable now that he's gone.
What's your long-term strategy here? It seems like you're settled in for the long haul. It seems like you're ready to live out the rest of your days here. So what's your plan?
Why do I need a plan?
So your plan is to not have a plan. Your plan is just to exist.
Yes. For as
That's
long as I can.
god-awful.
For what reason? Why not just
No,
die?
there's no reason to exist here.
Just get out of here. Just die. Be easier.
Some people just like existing.
You like existing here?
I'd rather die. That's more pleasing.
Don't put your life goal onto me. You don't know me.
That's not a life goal if there's no life. Poor choice of words. Funny guy. Not funny. See, he is funny.
Maybe we won't eat this one. We can eat a different one.
Look, we're not trying to eat you. We just need your help.
Oh yeah.
He's trying to bite me. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, he's hungry.
Look at. Oh, why does he look like that? He has a big ass dent in his head. He's looking like what is that?
That's-
what
Well,
are
that's like a
you?
little mini Frankenstein.
He got smashed in by Boris the Great.
You mean Boris the Brute?
Boris the Brute.
Yeah, there you go.
It was a long story.
The Boris the Brute?
The Boris the Brute.
You fucking deserve that then.
Well, if you knew what happened, there's a reason why he...
I know what happened. He got his head caved in. How is he still alive? Look at that thing.
Should have saw it before it got healed. It was open wound season. You could see the brain
I can imagine.
It was leaking out a little bit. He lost a little bit in the process.
for good reason. He,
That's why he has this blank stare now sometimes.
He fought Boris the Brute because he was doing something against the world, and we tried to stop him. It's besides the point. It sounds like Jez has a plan, and if she has a plan, it's usually good.
I didn't take down a Kraken by myself for no reason.
Give me a deception check.
No.
It's a half truth. It's a half truth.
Yeah, she's not gonna get disadvantage.
Oh.
Oh, I don't get disadvantage?
Well, you have disadvantage, but you would have gotten double disadvantage if you.
8.
13.
Damn.
Barely.
I
Barely.
mean, at this point, anything people can say could be just pure delirium.
Okay.
your friend's been here
We killed that.
However,
To
by
kill-
this point in time,
No, I mean the point before all of you. The good old days.
Oh, but we killed the Kraken Lich.
Yeah, that was the thing.
It's disturbing.
at this point in time, the moon has risen.
It's feeling cold.
And this would put me on that particular day. So,
What?
Excuse me?
Lavin Day.
Oh.
Oh, this is
Yes,
awkward.
can I help you?
Oh!
If you had to choose one member, who would you send message to?
Oh.
I hope it's Falner.
Honestly, it probably would be Fulmer because I've had the most meaningful interaction with him.
Oh God! All right.
Yeah, that's the shitty thing. I know, right?
What? Who's talking to me?
Logic, you sound a lot like Lavender all of a sudden. It's really good.
I can't wait to see how this is going to play out.
Alright, here's the plan. I'm just gonna tell him, live here, die here, whatever. If you wanna get out, we'll be at our tent. And then I'm gonna show you my something something. You guys ready to see my something something?
What is it?
You'll see it in the tent.
In the tent.
We have to be in the tent to see the
Come
something.
on, funny guy. Come with us. Oh, you're not speaking now. You're too good for us. He's not
Okay, I'll stop making things difficult and I'll come with you.
Good, we're in agreement. I'm happy. The four of us are going to do great things.
Oh God.
On the most amazing behalf of Jezebel's palm being funny
Yeah,
guy,
your
he
character's coming with us.
agreed to.
So during this conversation, Fulner.
I'm gonna write this down so that way.
Okay.
So I know how many words I'm
Okay.
using.
Once you're done, then we'll go ahead and we'll continue.
Sorry, everyone.
No, that's fine. I kind of dropped this on you, surprise like.
Stop covering up your homework like I'm gonna cheat. I did cheat a lot in high school. People had to be covering up their homework.
Which is well, actually no, that does make sense because a lot of smart people do cheat because it's easier to cheat than it is just to do the work.
Why work when you can cheat?
But then there's people that work harder at cheating than just doing the work. Like they go through so much trouble to cheat and not get caught, then they could just have done the work and not worry about all the problems.
It would have been easier to do the work.
Yeah.
That's when you're not smart.
That's when you're just lazy.
Like a fine line.
I did that too.
You
was
kids,
math,
you kids, and
so-
your iPods and
Okay.
your phone, your song names with your cheat answers on it.
That's genius.
You worded that so strangely.
Genius.
I'm gonna keep it cryptic. I got 13 words.
13 words. Okay.
No, you're sending him a cryptic message.
So during this,
And he would know it was me, right?
yeah, it's gonna sound like you.
Okay, I just make sure.
During this conversation, Fulner, you all of a sudden hear Lavenday's voice pop into your head.
I'm gonna say, I can't hear anything. I can't see anything. Please be okay. Please help.
Hold up, guys.
Huh?
I think I just heard Lavenday.
What?
Like a delirium, or you actually heard him?
I'm pretty sure I actually heard him. He said I couldn't hear anything, I can't see anything. Please be okay. Please help.
Well, how the fuck are we supposed to help him? We don't know where he is.
I don't know what to do with that.
Also, we need to help ourselves first if we can help him.
True.
That's true. We can't really do shit for him unless we get out of here.
What the fuck is he?
So you already agreed.
Tell him we're about to convert to cannibalism.
I probably can't reply to him. can
No,
I?
probably not, huh?
Right?
All right, listen, nameless person who was content with living the rest of his days in this godforsaken place.
funny
If you
guy.
decide you would like to change your mind and live a normal life again, go back to wherever you came from, we'll be in our tent. Tonight only. One night only. Let's go.
At this point, you see the pen get opened up, and you watch as Knowles drag in Ravadon's bloody, beaten body and throw him into the pen as well.
Into the what?
Into the tent land.
Oh.
You see as he hits the ground, you watch as he's unmoving, and after the Knowles leave, probably about 30 seconds go by, and you see multiple people moving in on him.
We have to save him. Come on. We need Rabadon for this.
I don't know if he could be much of use in the shape that he's in.
He's not going to be in much use after all those people devour him.
We made a mark on these people. They're scared of us. We can do this.
They're not scared of you.
You spearhead that one. I'll be right behind you.
I think you're misinterpreting everything that's happening in the situation. Just so you know.
Listen, all right, let's just go help him up,
What
see
do you
what
mean?
happens.
You said the healthier you look.
Let's
I'm
go.
walking over to try helping him up off the
Sign.
ground.
Okay. As you make your way over towards him to help him up, you watch as the captives kind of hold themselves as you approach. Before one of them makes it forward, like, I saw him first! Get away! And you watch as they lunge towards you. Their teeth look like they've been filed down into sharp fangs. You can see that their skin on their fingers, their flesh has peeled away just to reveal sharp, pointed bones. And they attack. So,
I tried warning them. They don't listen. They never do.
you watch as the sound of the battle sort of ignites a fury amongst people. You watch as one individual starts to thrash and foam from their mouth. And then you see them kind of bend over and slam their head into the ground until they start bleeding from their face. You guys have seen this before. You guys just have not been in this. It's some weird effect of the realm. The captives sometimes go into this strange battle frenzy where they just go into this bloodletting slaughter mode. It's the same thing you saw what happened when people got infected with the smoke, your comrades.
Are we still shackled?
Yes.
Are they also?
Yes.
Shackle fight.
So, roll for initiative.
And are the shackles what's keeping us from using magic?
Yes.
I'm not in the fight. Do I have to be in the fight?
No, you don't have to be.
Okay.
You perfectly stay back.
I don't know these people. They just keep trying to. Yeah.
Hey, if he's caught in the crossfire, that's not our fault either. 13.
16.
21.
Valden, you're up first.
I'll attack the closest one to us.
Okay.
strikes?
Yeah, they're unarmed strikes. If you do a grapple with the chains, I'll allow you to do like to try to strangle people.
14
14. Okay.
to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That does 2 damage.
2 damage. You watch as Falner makes his way up with his hands clamped together with a double fist. You watch as he bam smacks this one on the back of the head as it falls forward and hits the ground.
Do we still have multiple attacks, like with all this?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll try to do it again. 16
16, that hits again.
and 2 damage.
Okay. You watch as Falner kind of full mounts this individual as he straddles over them and he brings his hands up and just begins to smash the metal cuffs into the face of this individual until you watch their face just cave in and he just sees blood spatter up on top of him. You watch as Falner kind of gets a little bit of blood on his face and it drips down into your mouth and it tastes like sweet nectar. Give me a will save.
Yikes. Did you just drink demon blood?
Is this poison?
No, it's not.
Yes, every time. Without
You
fail.
just are extremely malnourished and influenced by abyssal realm.
I have advantage against poison, that's why I asked her again.
I'll tell you if it's poison.
11.
Yeah. You watch as soon as he gets done with his kill, you watch as Falner begins to just drink blood right from the open wound of this individual. You see him tear a good chunk of cheek meat off this individual, just a little bit of flesh that they had attached to their skeleton. You watch as he pulls it up like a pork rind and begins to crunch and eat on it.
Falna. What are you doing?
Who had 16? Was it you? Okay, so Legic, you're up.
Am I able to use superiority die? I wasn't sure.
It's a martial thing.
It's a martial thing. You can use it as long as whatever the superiority dice doesn't require a weapon.
Yeah, that's, I have some maneuvers that doesn't need a weapon.
Yeah, you use it then.
Okay. I'm going to attack. The first one in front of me, I'm going to use trip attack on the maneuver. If I hit. Whoa! That's a natty 1.
All right. Which you watch as Legic moves up, and as he moves his foot over to trip, he forgets that his feet are connected by chain, and as the individual runs into that chain, it trips both of them. Boom! They both hit the ground and kind of roll on top of each other. Now they're rolling back and forth, and this was happening simultaneously as Falner was smashing the face in.
Is this when I can, since I'm still on the ground, can I just spring over to his face?
If you want to try to attack again, I mean, you're attacking at disadvantage though, because you're on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, you already have disadvantage, so it's disadvantage plus 1. You're rolling 3.
Alright, so I got 4. So that was my worst one.
Okay. So your your attack on the ground fails
It's
as
13.
13 to hit.
Yeah, I rolled a 4 for
Okay,
the worst
then
one.
you're good. You do hit. It's almost impossible for you to. It sounds like it's almost impossible for you to miss.
What
Actually,
is that?
That's 20.
But what is it though? Is it a 2? I think that's a 2.
Yeah,
20 on a D100. Is that a 2? Brent?
on a D100.
I accidentally
Yeah,
rolled
it's a 2.
Yeah, it's a 2.
Okay. I got 7.
7.
It's not 20.
Okay. 7 damage.
7 damage.
All right. You watch as he rolls over, and as he rolls over, you see Legic quickly take his chain and like wrap it around the neck of this individual, and you can hear the sound of his neck snap as he breaks the neck. That's your turn.
Since I didn't move, could I get it?
No, you moved. You literally moved to run up and trip somebody.
Oh.
You said you moved to the nearest one, and you have half speed already because of exhaustion 5, or sorry, exhaustion 4. So, that's your turn, Jez. There's currently still 2 more left.
I want to go up to one and uppercut him in the nose. Try to push his nose into his brain.
Okay,
You know?
Jesus. All
Fucking
right.
nose just falls off.
Roll to hit.
For that, what did you roll for? Just like basic. I'm not
So-
used to hand fighting.
Good Tyrion
Unarmed.
Lannister.
Basically, it's
this
unarmed attack, so you're...
There's a roll for it.
Yeah.
Should be under
No.
actions.
Oh, sorry. To the right top. It should be unarmed strike.
Oh, there it is.
So it'll be +4.
Jesus, dude. 7.
So as you make your way up and you go to punch them, you actually see that they kind of just lash forward with their mouth and they bite onto your knuckle. They bite onto your hand and begin to like chew on it as you go to punch them. You have to pull your hand back. And as you pull your hand back, you can attack again if you wish.
I'm gonna headbutt him in the nose now.
time.
10.
That does it. So go ahead and roll your damage. I believe it's a D4 for unarmed.
No, it's based on your strength.
But yeah, isn't it a D4 plus? Oh no, it's
No.
it's just your strength modifier, right?
Yep.
It's 0.
Oh, so you have no. Yeah, see, that's what
You
I'm
said
saying. It doesn't
0,
make
that
fucking
makes
sense.
sense.
Because that means a character with 0 strength would never do damage on any unarmed attack.
Yeah.
So it's a D4 plus your strength modifier. That's what my ruling is. I don't give a shit what the base
I would say
rule is.
that wasn't okay.
It's 1
3.
plus your strength.
So it's 1. It's always 1,
1
regardless.
plus your strength.
So 3? Okay, perfect. So you go ahead and as you pull your hand back, you come forward and you boom, you smack them in the head, and you watch as their face kind of like gets scrunched back as they take a step backwards, which means it's their 2 turns, unless you have another attack. I don't think you do though, right? Okay, so 2 attacks.
The only reason I rolled this is because of my superiority.
Okay. They will also get disadvantage. So, 7 against you. 7, does that hit your AC?
It just might. What's my initiative? No, it doesn't hit.
Okay. And then Fulner does a disadvantage, so that'd be does a 12 hit you. Okay.
Nice.
So both of you dodged your attacks as the last 2 individuals come forward towards you, which brings us back to the top of the round. Fulner.
The one I was beating up is
He dead.
dead.
Does he have to roll like
In fact-
sort of?
As the next one came up to attack you, you noticed them approaching and it kind of snapped you out of your feeding.
Ah, yeah.
Does he get an advantage now?
I'll let's check that one.
I'm feeling nutritious.
Uh, 9.
It's a miss.
This one is 14.
14. That's a hit.
Is that D4 plus your strength?
Yeah, D4 plus your strength modifier.
Two.
2. Okay. You miss your first attack as your hands kind of swing wide, and as they jump back and avoid it, they rush in to get you, and you come back with the backswing and boom, knock out a few teeth in their mouth as you see their heads spit forward. Before it gets over to Legic's turn, or you have a is that all your attacks?
Yeah, it's just.
Yep. Before it gets over to Legic's turn. The one that got headbutted by Jez. You see that it gets headbutted and kind of takes a step back, and as it does, it bumps into Ravidon, and you watch as Ravidon rolls over with the chains around his hands. You see him loop them under the feet of this individual and sweep them out. You watch as they hit the ground, and as they do, Ravidon quickly just encompasses this individual as his body is like 4 times the size of this thing.
Oh, I can see why they're all hungry.
And as he kind of covers it, you just hear the sound of just bones crunching as he brings his elbow down on the back of its head. Legic, your turn.
Was that the last one?
Only one is attacking Fulner.
get up. And I'm imagining he's right next to me because I think I'm next to Fallen right now. Or no?
No, he's not right next to you. You'd have to move over towards him.
Can I get up and move?
You could get up. Actually, no. Actually, yeah, you could only get up because of the chains
I'm just gonna get up.
and the exhaustion. So, as Legic is getting up, Jez,
Who's left?
just the one that is attacking Fulner
Alright, I'll go over and... How is he attacking him?
with its hands.
I mean, like, is he...
They're both
on
like,
him right
no,
now?
they're both like dancing back and forth.
I'm gonna come up behind him and put my...
Chain around.
Chain
All
around
right,
his
go ahead
neck.
and roll attack.
Is it still an arm strike, or would that be improvised?
It's essentially it's going to be a grapple, so you're going to be doing a strength check versus his athletics.
Would you be able to
Close
use your
combat
tail?
maneuver.
Can you use your tail to also wrap around his neck? That'd be cool.
0.
You rolled a 0.
I got a 1, my strength is -1.
Okay.
So that would be 0.
Been there. But not with strength. With intellect.
We roll a 0 2.
You gonna have 20?
I'm not going to touch these. Someone come look at this.
No way.
I don't want to get up.
They also have disadvantage as well because of that. Their lowest roll is a 1, and they have -1 strength.
Well, this is awkward.
Huh.
What happens?
So,
Alright.
They just
what happens is you see
they fall asleep.
Jez throw the chain over the throat, and you see the individual put their hands up, and they kind of just are just in a stalemate. They're just locked where it's holding the chain, and Jez can't choke them.
This is a scene in a movie.
So, Fulner, back to you.
Uh, 19 to hit.
That's it.
Five damage. Uh, 11 to hit that one.
It's already dead.
Oh, roll.
You watch as Fulner makes his way up, and you just see him take his hands, and as he does, he jolts them forward, and you watch as he just crushes the trachea of this individual as they and fall over and hit the ground. The moment that the other captives around see that Rabadon is conscious and is now up, as he kind of gets up covered in his own blood and the blood of this individual, the rest of them begin to dissipate back into the shadows in their tents.
Hey.
I guess you can call us even now.
Yeah. I thought you were dead there for a second.
I'm fine.
Let's get to a tent.
All 10 specifically.
Come on. I'm gonna try to help him to it.
I can't see.
I'll
see
take
he's
one,
got
I'll take one side.
Blood
One side.
just rushing down his face into his eyes.
Me and Leisure each could take a side.
Can I take a rag off one of the dead bodies?
Yeah.
Just gonna rip it right off. Here's a rag.
You see as you grab the rag and you guys start making your way to a tent. As you guys get to a tent, Rabadon is much larger than the
What?
rest of you
Why'd you say much like that?
because he's like almost like twice your
He's
guys'
like
size.
A demon, Jesus.
As you guys get to the tent, you guys make your way in, kind of crouch down and sit down into corners, and Rabadon kind of just bends over and gets half his body into the tent, kind of just lets his other half hang out and kind of looks over and looks out into the walkways and the other tents, keeping an eye out, keeping an ear out.
Thank you for helping me. I didn't think I was gonna get out of that alive.
How'd they catch you?
They ran me down for days. They just didn't stop. It's like they don't ever get tired or hungry. I passed out from exhaustion.
While everyone's talking to him, I'm gonna go back to the tent, in the back of the tent. I'm gonna start picking the lock on the shackles.
Okay.
Yunogu. He messed with the portal we were gonna use to get the, what was it called? Blood grass?
Rage grass.
Rage grass. We were gonna pour it in, but he poured us towards him. That's how we got caught. We lost Lavender.
I'm would have been following him, and I'm gonna roll stealth to kind of get close enough to hear, but not give away that I'm listening. If that's okay.
Need everyone to give me a perception, and he gives me a stealth check.
Regular stealth check for you.
I'll skip this
Yeah,
one because I'm too
28.
focused on picking my lock.
I got
Okay.
28, just so you know.
I got a 15.
And I got a 14 for that first pick attempt.
You're lucky because Ravadon got a natural 20, but with disadvantage it was a 3.
Oh my goodness.
What'd you get?
14 for the pick attempt.
14. The blade is definitely not designed to fit into the keyhole, so it is going to take a little bit more than finesse. It's going to take some time to chisel away at the metal to get into the lock mechanism. So I'll keep that noted.
Where to take your gear? Inside that keep.
How many gnolls?
More than us. And I mean the whole camp.
Do they have scouts? Do they check on us?
When I rolled to understand their routine, did I notice any scouts?
It's random. They could. I mean, it's not like structured.
It's hard to tell. I know someone that might, but it's kind of hard to convince.
I have a way to get us out of here. But we gotta get back to the gate.
What is it?
I have to know that we're safe.
Do I just
You're
keep,
hearing all this, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll perception.
while it's going, do I just keep rolling to what am I supposed to do?
I'll tell you to give me rolls every time you can. It's gonna take you time to get it unlocked.
So I'm just jamming it into there? It's how's this
You're
working?
slowly shaving the keyhole to make it large enough to get the blade in order to get to the pins.
Shaving the keyhole?
Yeah, so you're using the edge of the blade to shave metal to make the entrance open.
With a bone knife?
So it's a bone handle, but it's a metal bladed
Oh,
knife.
I was picturing I was like, how the fuck am I gonna? Okay, that makes more
Yeah, you
sense.
could chip it out and you can
Yeah.
make it more
Okay.
fine.
I get it now.
I'm gonna get out of the tent after he said that, just to see if any of the gnolls are paying attention.
Alright. As soon as you said it, I'm rolling perception to make sure that there is nobody else around.
Go ahead,
besides
do
me
perception.
listening. Ooh, fucking hell, that's a 30.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Other than Legit coming out of the tent.
Do I notice him?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I notice any gnolls looking at us?
No, no.
I'm gonna step out of the shadows that I'm in at this point and just be like motioning to go back inside. And I'm gonna follow him inside to the tent.
Hey, got some good news.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna walk in.
Well, what's the good news?
First of all, how about you keep your voice down?
Mr. doesn't want to
Keep-
participate is coming back now?
Keep your voice down, first of all. And I've been listening to everything that you've been saying.
Who is this?
This is what
I
I'm
don't
talking
know.
about.
He wanted nothing to do with us earlier.
Rather not. This is what I was mentioning when I said he might know some things. He's been here a long time. I don't know his name. Care to tell us?
I feel like I'm gonna regret this. Please don't make me regret this. The name's Julian.
Julian. It's a nice name.
Thanks for the compliment, I think. Look, I've overheard everything that you've been saying. I'm gonna tell you right now, these gnolls are completely random. There's no rhyme, no reason. They come and they go as they please.
We have to get back to the gathering gate.
Why?
Either I or we all will have to take turns eating it.
Eating what?
Or you watch as he begins to puke.
No way.
You watch as this
No way.
piece of metal comes out.
Okay.
That's
I'm
disgusting.
not eating that.
And it looks like a metal tennis ball
Oh my god.
with a chain attached to it,
Okay.
and then a ring.
Okay, so I was going to offer my help, but I'm second guessing that choice.
What he said, Rabadon. What do you mean, eat something? What are you talking about?
It's a hell iron auction.
The fuck is that?
It's used by my order to make deals with devils. The gathering gates here is a thin line of the plains. We can use it there, and we can escape to the auction house. Guaranteed safety. The demons won't continue.
Listen, I can't leave here until I get my things back.
Raw.
That's not going to be an option for me, so that's going to be the first thing I'm doing.
Raw. Agreed.
How do you propose to even get in there again?
Oh, hi. I forgot you were here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Welcome back.
Wouldn't the
You're welcome. For what? For what?
For being
You son
here.
of a bitch.
I didn't do
You're
anything
welcome
to
for not eating you.
I didn't do anything to you. Your friends were the ones that attacked me.
I mean, I
I'd
was
like to
just
clarify.
That's true. You did buy him. That's
I was
kinda
just trying
weird.
No, he
Grab
tried to. He
identify.
didn't.
You don't eat him until he's dead.
You shouldn't eat people at all,
Yeah, you don't eat them
unless you
alive.
absolutely have to.
Yeah.
I was
That's
just
kinda-
trying to
In
grab
the
it.
predicament we are in, we absolutely have to.
I mean,
Stay
he's the
strong.
one who went to eat.
But anyway, and I'm showing like me like fucking with the bone knife. I'm grab this, so I'm attempting to
Okay, you need to, first of all, come into the
Just like
tent.
wildly.
And I'm gonna go over, I'm gonna like, clearly I can see what she's trying to do at this point, because she's just like,
Oh, are we not in the tent? I was in
Yeah,
the tent.
she's in the tent.
oh, I thought you left.
No,
No,
I'm in the back of the tent.
Oh,
We're all
No, I went out to check.
I thought she went out the backside, is what I'm saying.
No, I'm just in the. I
So-
was just chilling in the back. Of the
So,
tent.
well, clearly I wasn't paying attention to that. I'm gonna see what she's doing. I'm gonna go over and try to help her. Like, what the hell?
Don't
are you
run
doing?
off of this.
I'm not.
It's mine.
Shh. Nobody's got to know that you have this, so I'm gonna like grab the knife and like start actually like working on it myself.
Okay. Rabdon looks towards all you all.
I guess it's time time we make a plan then.
As he grabs the iron ball.
So we have to eat that?
Listen, I'm going to suggest something. It's much less disgusting than eating it, but it's also uncomfortable. Alright? I had a few mates that had to hide things sometimes.
No.
go on.
Can
No.
I'm trying to pick her lock because I can see what she's doing.
And as you're picking the lock,
I'm like,
it
can you
doesn't
stop
bring this
moving your
up.
hands? I'm
Oh,
trying.
sorry, I like to move my hands when I talk.
I can tell. I
Tell
can
us
tell.
all.
I'll just do this. Alright.
Do you want me to roll sleight of hand as well?
As that's happening, that's
Oh.
where we're gonna end the session.
Oh, hey, it was about to get to the good part.
Wait.
I want details. I've had to hide
Those
things,
details.
too.
Those details.
I had to hide things too.
They'll carry me drugs.
It's like, no.
Through
Customs.
custom guards.
Custom guards.
We will return to this conversation next week.
You're ending it early.
I'm going to write down that we were talking about that, so we can.
Oh God! All right.
We could
9
probably go.
o'clock
We could probably go
yet.
for another hour. We usually end.
I think he's afraid to.
Are you afraid to?
He's
I
afraid.
need to end it now.
Why?
So,
Because he's scared of our greatness.
thank you guys all for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. VTM. And as always, everyone, remember to embrace the dark.
Even if the episodes are shorter.
Yeah, even if we just got shafted.
Good night.